Hi, this is Alex Jones. Remember when I said you spell freedom F-O-O-D? It's really true. Legislation is in the process of restricting the growing and sharing of food. And a record number of Americans, over 43 million, depend on the government to feed themselves. Food prices are going up for Americans. Prices are going up, even for eFoodsDirect.com. This will require their first price increase in 3 years. The most important thing Americans can do for their own freedom and survival in these hardest of times is to get supplies of high-quality storable food. Because of the huge response to this buy 3 and get 1 free special, eFoodsDirect.com will continue this special until September 27th. Right now, you can buy 3 and get 1 free at the old prices. But move fast, because this offer ends September 27th. Call 1-800-409-5633 or on the web at eFoodsDirect.com/Alex. That's 800-409-5633 or on the web at eFoodsDirect.com/Alex.
You may be arrested and/or subject to other police action.
Tyranny is here. The grim future foretold in 1984 has become reality.
It really says that the state is God.
The United States is now recognized globally as one of the most oppressive police states on Earth. This film conclusively proves the existence of a secret network of FEMA camps, now being expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state. Police State 4 chronicles the sickening depths to which our republic has fallen. Prepare to enter the secretive world of emergency dictatorship. Body scanners, sound cannons, citizen spies, stage terror, and cameras on every street corner. It's only the beginning of the New World Order's hellish plan. The police state isn't coming. It's here. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or see it online in the highest quality at prisonplanet.tv.
You've heard Alex explain how the Silver Lungs generator infuses the respiratory system with your self-produced colloidal silver solutions, yet many are unaware of the entire function of the Silver Lungs system and how it has been designed to deliver your silver solutions anywhere in or on the body. My name is Mario Cifaldi, and I'm the developer of the Silver Lungs generator. Not only does the Silver Lungs system produce endless colloidal and ionic silver solutions, it also comes equipped with the proper applicators and devices needed to deliver your silver solutions directly to key target areas. This includes the eyes, ears, nose, lungs, topically to the skin, and orally for the digestive system. Be sure to watch our new 7-minute video tour of the Silver Lungs system at www.silverlungs.com to learn more about how the Silver Lung system works. As well, we are always ready to answer any questions you may have. That's www.silverlungs.com.
Live from Austin, Texas, broadcasting worldwide, it's Alex Jones.
It is Monday, the 27th day of September 2010. Thank you for joining us. I want to finish up with the Stuxnet false flag launched for web takeover. That's the headline at prisonplanet.com. The InfoWars variant has the headline, Evidence Implicates U.S.-Israel in Stuxnet Attack on Iranian Nuke Plants. But to boil this down simply, I know you, the listeners, understand this, but when you're trying to explain it to your friends and family, there is a global corporate government shadow takeover that's been going on in the U.S. since at least 1913. In England, they've been in power for hundreds of years. A shadow government takeover of the entire infrastructure to the point of you won't be able to have a job, quote, in critical infrastructure. And that means if you work on the highways, if you work at a factory, if you basically everything is listed as critical infrastructure, that's now the jurisdiction of the federal government, itself controlled by the globalists who write the standards. And so now they have an excuse to be involved in every facet of your life. And then to come inside of your home and to control your car, they've got the carbon tax regime. This is all on record. And to work in IT that serves more than 100 people, That's what the Cybersecurity Act says. You will have to be federally licensed. And then you'll have to basically sign on to be a federal spy and agree to spy on people without pay to be part of this system. And now they'll train high school and college students as part of their federal service to be part of that. That is what is in the Homeland Security Cybersecurity Act. And the Pentagon is on record saying that they're launching cyber attacks against other governments, that they launch attacks against themselves, unannounced, to simulate vulnerabilities, and then that's used in the media to hype that real attacks are taking place. This is a very sophisticated takeover that's happening right now. But at the very simplistic level, who out there can't understand? Your friends, your family, your boss, your employees, your neighbors, your pastor. Who can't understand Israel launching, the evidence all shows, this super high-tech industrial superworm, and then our media is saying, see, we better let the feds take over the web even more. And when you read the Cybersecurity Act and other accompanying legislation and what the feds are just doing through their gravitas, and through the major corporations that they fund through corporate welfare, who are just adopting this inside their corporate structure without a law even being put in place. When you look at what they're doing, they are expanding their takeover of the web, and under federal and international law, demanding the codes to all new internet technologies under national security. But not so they can monitor terrorists, who in almost every case they're financing, controlling. Even sometimes the terrorists don't even know it's a criminal group above them funding them. Then the doors are open for them, like the underwear bomber, who witnesses saw the feds getting on the plane without a passport, without a visa, and then later it came out that that was true, that was the case. We're going to get some of those witnesses on that Christmas Day bombing, Kurt Haskell, back on very, very soon. And so now they can launch their attacks from within and cover up their attacks and then use those attacks as a pretext to expand their control. And there's news that's just a little glimmer of this today. You see it everywhere. And it's always announced and promoted in little compartmentalized chunks. So the public and even many people in IT don't see what's happening. We hear, oh, the U.S. seeks to ease internet wiretaps. And then you read the report. It's not just wiretaps. They want the code keys to Skype and many other forms of internet communications. They want the code keys from hundreds of these little companies that have produced their own encryption. And the truth is, you see this in the news every month or so, there'll be a Canadian company that's got its own satellite phone system. They'll be bought out by an admitted CIA front company. Or they'll be bought out by IBM or Microsoft or Google, who are admitted globalist front companies. And then the government is given the code key to that. So when they claim they need the encryption keys to all this, it's a joke. How do I know all this? When they're funding this stuff, it's in the open. The Telecommunications Act of 1996 and some of the subsequent acts stated that giant entire complexes in every major telecommunications facility, that all digital communications are passed through, faxes, email, landline telephones, cell phones, you name it, it's all passed through it, that by federal law, and $9 billion was paid to the major telecoms to put these structures in, and then NSA and other government employees walk in with a cover that they work for the phone company or the telecommunications company, and they walk right in and have their own offices in armored door facilities everywhere. And remember 4 years ago, it was the big PBS Frontline broke it, and somebody at AT&T in San Francisco, there's this whole, floor of armored rooms, but they know that everybody's communications are being passed through it because they were told to build the specs to run all the communications into the room. Well, that was all in the Telecommunications Act. So that whistleblower, he found out about everyone having everything they do being looked at and read and tracked by computers with keyword software, because he saw the system being put in, being wired into the room. And he saw the specs as an engineer. And then later it was admitted. And federal courts blocked those lawsuits. So the entire infrastructure was built by these people, but there's a lot of private entrepreneurs and other programmers out there and engineers who've made a lot of new systems. And so you hear, oh, they need more wiretapping ability. They're already wiretapping it all. They want, under federal law, from the day something's allowed to be sold, to be able to approve it and to have the codes to it. And then what does the federal government do? It's run by a bunch of corrupt corporations. It gives it to the Chinese on record. It gives it to the Israelis. It gives it to other select governments and their corporations that are within those nations. So it's all about economic espionage, full spectrum dominance. It's about thieving. It's about cybersecurity, being able to shut down anybody they don't like, or any free speech they don't like, or any governments they don't like, and being able to attack our own infrastructure to get even more power. And you better understand that. This is one of the biggest issues out there. U.S. wants to make it easier to wiretap the internet. Charlie Savage, The New York Times. Federal law enforcement, national security officials are preparing to seek sweeping new regulations for the internet, arguing that their ability to wiretap criminal and terrorism suspects is going dark as people increasingly communicate online instead of by telephone. So they always claim the FBI has antiquated systems and all the rest of it. Well, of course, the crooks that run things don't want them having high-tech systems. But the intelligence agencies and the private DARPA systems and the Total Information Awareness Network and the top secret USA teams, they've got everything. Essentially, officials want Congress to require all services that enable communications, including encrypted email transmissions like BlackBerry, social networking websites like Facebook, and software that allows direct peer-to-peer messaging like Skype, to be technically capable of complying if served a wiretap order. Folks, it's already all wired through it. I mean, Facebook admits that they give everything to the government and sell it to whoever wants it. That's come out with Yahoo. That's come out with Microsoft. That's one of their biggest businesses, is selling your data. They charge the government to real-time manage the spy hubs. And then you pay also with your service agreement for all of this. And it just goes on from there. U.S. looking to ease internet wiretap laws, report says. PC World, Fox News, U.S. wants broader internet wiretap authority, on and on and on. It's kind of like Bush 5 years ago in speeches and in press conferences saying, look, hey, look, we would never listen to an American citizen without a warrant. Trust me, this is Al-Qaeda. This is bin Laden. It's hard as a Texan to do a fake Texan. Nothing against folks from Kennebunkport, Maine. It's just I can't do a fake Texas accent very good. Yeah. And then it came out a month later that they were wiretapping everybody without warrants. And then Congress hurried along and wrote a law saying, okay, no more Fourth Amendment. It's completely disgusting that all of this is going on and happening. I have a list of notes from this morning where I had a little brainstorm, and then I get on air and I'm not at that same point of clarity. I mean, things are very clear, but extreme clarity. It seems like every morning when I get off the treadmill or I get done jogging around the neighborhood, while I'm in the shower or getting dressed, I just have such understanding, such clarity, and I try to run out now and write notes after I get dressed. And these are really simple statements, but next hour, I'm going to spend 10, 15 minutes on this, on these notes that I've written. And it's very simple statements, but with each statement was an entire spectrum or panopticon or universe of ideas and really studying the globalists and what their game plan is.